Are you Batista?
What?
I'm Julius Caesar.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Julius Caesar in the arena. He's like,
They were trying to get, yeah, that's what happened basically. Triple H was trying to get Batista to move over to, he won the Royal Rumble, but he was trying to get him to move to SmackDown and go for the world title and not face Triple H, who had the WWE title. So then Batista, like, held up the SmackDown contract, and then he looked at it, and then he went.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to chimicomics, and we've got a reading tale for you today, Heroes in Crisis. So this just ended a few weeks ago, and issue 8 I know was very controversial among fans. So, Tanner, what'd you think?
Let's get y'all's opinions first.
No, I want to hear,
Tanner
like,
has to start.
just give me a rating.
Out of 10. being
I
average.
want to preface my rating.
Overall.
I'll preface my rating. I think this is the most disappointed I've ever been with a Tom King story,
Okay, fair enough.
and I give it a 6.
Okay. Go ahead, Wyatt. I think Wyatt liked it.
I did.
Okay.
Even though a lot of characters in it died, I thought that the storyline was still good. So
I agree.
Yeah.
It was well put together and well written.
and we had characters we don't really see a lot of outside of events, mainly.
Oh yeah.
Do stuff.
And Clayman, really good art in this book.
And also the part, well, we'll get into it, but they had some classic poetry in it that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you rate it?
Out of a 10, I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. So I'll give it like a 7. That's kind of low for me.
Yeah, it
but
is.
They did my boy Wally dirty in this book, and it made no sense because the big thing that came out of Rebirth was the return of Wally West after he'd been gone so long. So I don't get why you would do this to him right after you just brought him back, and it just doesn't make sense to me. That aside, I thought the story was well written. I was intrigued by the mystery of it, and I liked the interaction between the different characters like Booster and Harley, and Blue Beetle was in there.
And I thought he was dead, so for a good bit, I thought that was just a figment of Booster's imagination.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that thought
I think
that.
he is too.
Yeah.
It's a good theory, you know.
If he was actually dead and not real, because apparently he got brought back somehow, and I didn't know.
Well, I mean, comics.
Yeah, because
It
comics. Yeah. No one ever.
But yeah, I give it a 7.
What?
I don't know. You guys want to talk about the
You know
overall
my score.
story?
You know my score. Yes. Let's get into the overall story.
So we're gonna spoil some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Spoilers!
Warning!
For Heroes in Crisis! Okay.
So the basic concept is there's a place called Sanctuary, and it's like a place where the heroes can go and get treatment for like PTSD and that kind of thing.
And as a concept, I thought that was really cool because.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree with both of you. As a concept, it's cool. I appreciated what he was going for.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, so many bad stuff happens to heroes in these stories, especially because
Yeah.
it's DC and it's super dark a lot of the times. Like when Batman was shown, like, doing his confession stuff. And that was just like.
One of the best parts of each issue is when they're in there
Yeah.
confessing everything, you know, in their interviews. That was probably the most insightful thing. I wish that it didn't just pop off with the murder instantly.
Yeah.
I wish we could have gotten some of the, you know, what Sanctuary does. I mean, you get it throughout the story, but it's like out of order.
Maybe
kinda.
they should have started with just like an intro to Sanctuary. Like maybe when it was created.
Or even like use it in the universe with other comics.
Yeah, like leading to this.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they have either. This was kind of a new thing.
But also the title, it's a lot to live up to when you put the word crisis on the cover. So that's why a lot of people, I think, were also disappointed by this book. it's more like Identity Crisis than it is any of the other ones. But so the big controversial thing was in issue 8 when it's revealed that Wally is the one who murdered the people.
Not only was it Wally who murdered the people, but he framed Booster Gold and Harley.
Yes.
That was to gain 5 days' time to try and do some good. I think that was his reasoning.
Not behind that. Not behind that.
Not behind that. What do you mean?
Like, he covered it up.
Yeah.
He covered up the murder and was going to try to get away with it at first. So he lost control of the Speed Force and just kind of blew up on people, killed them. And one of those people was Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, I liked what they were going with Wally, with him missing his real family and everybody from his universe, and him being like, this isn't my real universe. I miss my family and my kids. That's good. Great. Did you have to make him a murderer?
Well, it wasn't premeditated.
It wasn't. But you know what was premeditated, Wyatt?
The cover-up.
The cover-up.
Yeah.
It's like, I accidentally hit this guy with my car. Well, better go bury him and tell everyone I didn't hit him with my car.
Better yet, let me just wreck this VR Oculus headset on 2 people and make them think each other did it, and then no one will question me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
like...
And I'm not a huge Flash fan, or any of them. So, I mean, that's probably why I liked it more.
That's definitely why.
For a lot of people, though, this Wally West was their Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was Flash, what, all through the 90s, right? Even further than that, maybe.
From 1985 or 6, when Crisis ended, he was the Flash until the return of Barry Allen, which was in 2006, 4, something like that, with Flash Rebirth. So it was almost 20 years, I think, he was the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely long enough for people to be like, hey, that's my Flash.
Yeah.
So, like, when we were born, he was the Flash.
Yep.
And he was the Flash in the Justice League cartoon.
Yep.
Also.
Really?
Voiced by one Michael Rosenbaum. You know who Michael Rosenbaum was?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? You
Yeah.
don't. He was Lex Luthor in Smallville.
I never watched that show.
Well, no, you know.
People thought that it should have started with him putting on the suit instead of ending with it.
So the cover-up itself was pretty clever. He's fast enough to put Booster and Harley back into the VR chambers. So, like, Sanctuary has these VR chambers where you can go and just think of wherever you want to be, and you'll be there, and you'll get to experience whatever you want. And
Kryptonian tech.
that's like a good therapy trick. So he puts them both in the VR chambers as they were leaving, before they found the people murdered. And
So they thought they were walking out of it, but they were actually just walking back in.
And what they saw is each one saw the other kill all the people.
Well, I think they only saw him kill Arsenal or Wally. They only saw him kill one of those.
I guess. But the point is that they were meant to believe that they killed everybody. So Booster sees Harley.
framed!
So Booster sees Harley, and Harley sees Booster. And that goes on for several issues. Like, you think,
It's
which
one of
one
the
Who
did it?
done it?
Yeah. Like, it even opens. Booster is sitting at a diner eating, and then Harley walks in, and the waitress is like, is that a hero? He's like, nope, that ain't a hero. Oh, is there going to be a fight?
Yes.
Most likely.
There's going to be a fight.
She stabs him.
Later on, Booster teams up with his buddy Blue Beetle, so we get the blue and gold team. And they are trying to solve this mystery. And
Booster's living by the old adage, what would Batman do?
yeah.
I'm 73% sure he would solve the mystery.
So they go to the Flash and try to get some of his evidence to solve this thing.
So, what was your opinion on Harley Quinn and Booster Gold being main characters? Are they trying to make Harley Quinn like the Deadpool of DC now?
She has been for several years.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, she is.
Yeah.
She just is.
I don't like it.
She's not like fourth wall breaking or
No.
anything, but yeah, she is.
She's just
Great.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
Batman and Harley. Those are the two money grabbers.
Really?
Really.
Very
That's
surprised.
what they've been pushing. I did like that Booster was the main character.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only time he gets any screen time, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
His entire
in
thing
events.
is, I'm the best hero you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Did not have his own series?
I mean, he has before, but it never lasts. you
Oh,
know.
they never sell?
No.
I'd buy me some Booster Gold
I
stuff.
would too. I'd buy Booster.
Well, the most recent Blue Beetle comic didn't sell.
Well, let me just
never
tell you.
sells.
This ain't gonna make him a seller. Being related to this.
But the way Wally tries to make up for the framing and the murders is that he used Booster's tech to travel 5 days into the future
Right.
and then kill his past self, right?
Right.
So he can put a
Or
body
kill
there.
kill the future self, I think.
Yeah.
So the 5-day-old Wally is going to get killed by the current Wally who just murdered the people. And that's when it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Because that does happen, and then later on you watch it happen again.
But this time.
This time the heroes,
Yeah, the blue and gold duo
Batgirl,
and Dynam.
Harley and all them,
Whatever they're called.
they come and stop it from happening, and Wally
Har-
turns himself in.
Yeah, Harley
Yeah.
kicks Wally in the nuts, and his future self is like, yeah, that happens. And it lingers.
Oh, and Booster and Blue Beetle both go to the future and make a speed clone of Wally
Yeah.
for a body.
Yeah, Booster keeps saying, a very similar thing happened on my last birthday. Like, where he had to apparently get a clone body for some reason.
I guess.
Yeah, we didn't talk about, though, when Harley was, I don't think this is cool. Harley, they still thought Harley was the killer, and this was before she teamed up with Booster and Batwoman and Blue Beetle. But the Trinity,
Batgirl.
get back, sorry. But the Trinity, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman go after her. And Batman just said, I didn't record any of the Sanctuary stuff. Well, and he was right, he didn't. But he also said, I don't have kryptonite in my bat belt right now. And
he did.
yeah,
He did.
Harley gets him with the lasso of truth. And is like, you got anything that can hurt Superman? And he's like, yeah, third pocket on the left. And she whips out kryptonite and pretty much beats the Trinity.
He's Batman. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Also, did they add that black to Poison Ivy's costume later on? The black over her green thing.
I don't know.
I remember that being a controversy for some reason. One of the covers had her like laid out, and everybody said it was very sexual, and they didn't appreciate it.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you have all the issues, don't you?
Yeah, I can't remember when they showed
Hand it
her
over
costume.
here. Hand it over here.
It
son.
might be in the first one.
It's whichever one where they think she's dead. I thought it was a cover. It might not be. It might have been an alternate.
No, I don't have a
comics.
cover of her.
Never mind then.
Just gonna say that it's comics. One of
Maybe
the
it's one of the ones
the-
where she dies.
One of the female characters not sexualized in comics.
Good point. They also were mad about Batgirl and her yoga pants.
Batgirl's yoga pants.
Whatever.
Doesn't seem like something I
she's
get
wearing
mad
the
for.
same-
You're
thing.
over-sexualizing her.
She's wearing the same thing that she always has.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, whatever.
Next, they're going to take away Power Girl's boobies.
So the reason
That would be a dying shame.
I'm just kidding.
the reason Wally murdered the people, like before he murdered them,
He went through, like, he was so fast that he was collecting all the data from the data sphere, I guess, which had all the recordings from all the confessions of superheroes from their time there, and he was grabbing them and piecing them together.
and Batman said it would take many lifetimes or whatever he said to piece it all together.
It took the fastest man alive 10 seconds.
He said, but for the fastest man alive, it would only take seconds. And he did. So,
Just so.
the reason he did that is because he thought the whole thing was put together just for him, like to make him feel better. And he put it all together to, like, see who was at Sanctuary, because it's all anonymous. And nobody knows who else is there. So that's why he wanted to piece it all together. He pieces it together, and he's so overwhelmed by the whole thing, I guess, and he just blows up and kills everyone.
Except for Poison Ivy, who can come back because she's flower.
She is a flower.
She
and
had
he
a flower ex
tell,
machina.
Photosynthesis.
He tells his past self to plant that flower
Yes.
so that she can
does.
come back.
For Harley.
Yeah.
And apparently she can come back because she's connected to the green.
Yeah, she comes back as a full-on plant lady
Swamp
now.
Thing reference. Ooh. You didn't get to talk about Narc and his poetry.
Yeah, I didn't, because you were very fast-paced and...
I forgot about Narc.
Narc is the last Cro-Magnon. So he got frozen. He got frozen.
It was
and
early.
he
I
came
mentioned
back
it
in.
on a comics cast. Sorry, Wyatt. Keep going.
Yeah, you're fine. So he got frozen. He thawed out, became a superhero, and got really into poetry. Like, he was quoting Keats. Like, and there was, I texted Riley, I was like, yeah, my favorite part was when Narc was laid out naked under the stars reciting Keats' poetry.
I liked Narc.
Yeah,
Narc was cool.
He was a well-written character.
Yeah.
He's the only one that I cared about.
It wasn't his time yet.
There it is.
Friends.
And then over here is when Wally and Barry are reunited in Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And just
And
showing that
it
again.
feels so good. Not as good as Narc, though. Woo! What a man.
Like, I appreciate Tom King trying to cover PTSD. And,
Yes.
like, the trauma that heroes go through.
Yes.
And it's obviously a parallel for our men in service
Mhm.
and all the police forces and everything like that. It's a very important topic that needs to be covered. I just don't agree with making Wally your punching bag for that, you know?
Honestly, don't know who, like, would have been the villain otherwise, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just because I've read it this way. I'm sure if there was another villain that they made it as, I probably would have liked it there too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a hard choice.
I don't like with Identity Crisis. It's not as bad because it was just the Adams
Wife.
so it's not like a huge deal.
Nope.
But when you take a character like Wally, who's never shown anything like that before, it just kind of comes out of nowhere and doesn't fit.
Now, question: if they would have took New 52 Wally, did the same thing, would we have cared as much?
No, definitely
Exactly.
not.
It's because they chose the pre-established Wally.
I'm not saying pick the other Wally. I'm saying like pick someone else.
I'm just saying, would we have cared if it had been this?
No, not about that
I
Wally.
didn't think so.
I wouldn't have cared. I just still don't really care.
You don't even know who that Wally is.
Mm-mm.
So,
Well, out of all the confession panels, which one was your favorite?
oh,
Because there was a lot in there. I have several, one of which is the female Dr. Light, and she's saying, out of all the stuff that bastard did, and I still
yeah.
have his name.
yeah.
There was another one I really liked. It was 4. It was all the Robins that are still around. Like,
The 4 Robins.
yeah, it starts with Tim, and he's like, Dick is the funny, nice one. Jason's the cool, bad guy, and Damien's the cute, mean one. And they all pretty much say the same, except what they said about themselves. And,
They said, "What does that make me?"
yeah. But then it gets to Damien, he's like, I'm fun. Wait, what did they say?
Yeah, that was good.
I felt sorry for what's his name, Blue Jay, the one who shrinks.
Yeah, because he stopped.
Because
He can't
wakes
control
up
it.
underneath a sea of covers.
And he drowns. He almost drowns.
You know, he shrinks in
very
his sleep,
sad.
and then he's just
He
like,
probably should stop sleeping in the bed.
Well, where else is he gonna sleep?
On the floor?
He'd wake up in a
Forest of
jungle
carpet.
of carpet.
What if it was hardwood floor? I'm asking the real questions here.
I don't know.
he doesn't have to sleep in the floor. He just has to not cover up.
Sleep in the bathtub.
Exactly. But he's cold, Riley. He's so cold.
Invest in
I've
a
got
heater.
no answer.
Invest in a heater. Get neat and pure.
I like
Those things work.
I like Narc. His like whole thing with he was pulled out of the Cro-Magnon era and put into our time. So it's like he says pretty much, I used to be happy because I was ignorant of everything else,
Mhm.
and now I'm not.
There's that part where he kills an animal, and then there's another dude there, and he wants the animal. He's like, if you fight and win, you eat. He win, he eat. And he just like kills that guy because he was pretty much an animal at that part.
Yeah.
So it's like
He was
everything used to be-
ignorant.
I also liked Batman actually having some emotion.
Yeah.
That was good.
I liked the Superman press conference.
You did?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like that.
Why?
They just thought it was like judgy and preachy and not like.
He's Superman.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like
I liked it.
they just felt like it was.
Hey, Tanner. We liked it.
I guess kind of disrespectful to people with PTSD
Yeah.
is what a lot of people were saying.
Why? He was acknowledging it existed.
I know. It was just like, I'm above this, but it's a problem.
Oh. Well, he is
Probably.
Superman.
Yeah, I mean, and he has an interview in
Yeah.
the comics.
Or he doesn't know what he really is. Is he Superman
But
or
that
is he
might have
Clark?
came later.
Yeah.
Those could have been later. You're right.
I think they were.
He's Clark.
So.
Mhm.
That's who he is.
He's
And
clumsy.
when you watch him writing the speech right before,
Mhm.
and how much he's struggling with it, and like, what
and
am I going to
asking
say?
Lois and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Those people don't really have a point.
Nope.
He obviously cares.
Of course he does. He's Superman.
So I like the speech too. But yeah,
You were about
the
to say
Batman
something.
confession was good.
Yeah, I liked all the Bat family
Wonder
confessions.
Woman's confession.
I don't remember Wonder Woman's. What was
She
it?
was talking about how she had a nightmare and she went to like find her mother and she found her, but she was like had been shot by an arrow, and I think it was a magical arrow because every time they tried to pull it out, she would scream like super loud.
Yeah, so every time she had a nightmare after that, she didn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's basically like, I appreciate what you're doing here, but don't waste your time on me, is what she said. So, like, she acknowledged that she needed some help, but she wanted other people to get it first.
So what I'm gathering from all this is depressing from from start to finish, with
Yeah.
Booster Gold and Harley Quinn in there as the comic relief because it needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So in ways, I guess I do like Harley Quinn and Booster Gold.
Honestly, like, if you restructure the story a completely different way,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been okay to blame it on Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Her just, like,
Yeah,
losing control.
her losing control and going
and
crazy.
You know
Yeah.
that moment when Batgirl is holding Harley?
Yep.
And she's like, it's okay.
Yep.
You know, it's going to be all right.
Yep.
That could have still happened, and it would have been a really touching moment.
Yep.
And I think they could have moved on from that rather than Wally.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
granted,
me.
they really didn't kill any major character.
No.
They killed Roy.
Yeah, poor Roy.
That was a big deal. That's his best
Roy.
friend.
I forgot about Roy. And the
He's great in Young
Lagoon Boy.
Justice.
Lagoon Boy.
Lagoon
He was not
Boy.
a major character.
Sure he was.
He was in.
I
that-
recognized
He was
him.
in Sanctuary
That
for
means
3.
something.
He was in Sanctuary for 3 years. He said
I forgot about Roy.
he had some real trauma.
The tattooed man? You didn't feel sorry for him?
He was from Final Crisis.
Oh yeah, Tattoo Man. Just kidding.
I remember he had a family,
yeah.
man.
Remember when?
Commander Steel?
Remember when he got killed in
What
5
was-
seconds in Suicide Squad? Yeah, me either.
Dark.
That
Dark was
wait, he
sad.
didn't get killed in 5 seconds. That was Zipline or whatever his name.
No,
was.
that was Tattoo Man. You remember he flirted with Harley in the club and Joker shot him.
Oh, that one. That was
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo Man. I thought you were talking about the one, the Zipline
Nope.
dude who tried to took off.
What
in
movie?
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad. Common was Tattoo Man
Yeah, he flirted with Harley,
in
and
the
Joker
club.
killed
And
him.
then Joker killed
In
him.
the live action movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yep, that was Tattoo Man.
I didn't know it was Tattoo Man.
Most
See, I
people
thought he was
didn't.
talking about.
I only knew because I knew Common was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Suicide Squad."
That's funny.
Everybody thought he was gonna be the villain.
Best part of that movie was the guard dude. He's like, "Hey, if this man kills me, I want you to shoot him. Then I want you to delete my browser history." The man had his brow.
That movie was terrible.
Well,
Anyways,
do you guys have anything else to say about it?
no,
Okay.
I have nothing to say to Sanctuary. I'm a closed book.
Yeah,
I
screw
really-
this.
I really liked the concept of Sanctuary,
I did too.
but
Cool concept.
I doubt they're going to do anything at all with it now after
Nope.
this happened.
Poorly executed.
So, well, the art was good.
Yeah.
The art was very good.
I'll say that. Like, when they put out a good hardcover of this thing,
Yep.
I'll probably buy it. But,
Yep.
oh well.
Riley buys everything.
Not everything.
He's a rich man.
No, I'm not. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.